Sue, very good evening to you and the team. Hope you're well. I'm just setting up the last few things in the background here before we go live, as it were. Just literally getting the last few things in place just to make sure all the text and everything is correct. But yes, very good evening to you and the team. Just making sure the microphone is definitely working because it's being a what's it? But yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, a very good evening to you. This evening's virtual pub quiz will be kicking off at 8 o'clock. Hope you're all well. Nice to have you aboard. But yeah, obviously, if you are just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very good evening to you. This evening's quiz will commence at 8 p.m. So yeah, this week's quiz, we got 20 general knowledge questions, and then we're going to move into a couple of sort of specialist rounds, as it were. So we're going to have some on-screen comedies. We are then going to have just a general bit of TV, then we're going to have some technology, and then we've got some harder questions for you at the end. 5 sort of snowball questions. They're coming at the end, and this week's picture quiz is countries. Yeah, countries. So look forward to that. As always, we're going to be kicking off at 8 o'clock. But a very good evening if you are just tuning in. Dina, a very good evening to you. And 1/3 of the Sierra Juliet Lima Hotel Victor Delta team. And John and Alex, very good evening to you. Hope you're okay as well. I'm doing fine. Thank you very much indeed. And I do apologise if the mic's a little loud this evening. I'm just trying to find out why. So apologies if I'm deafening anyone. Oh, that should work a little bit better now. Should be a little bit quieter. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, once again, very good evening if you are just tuning in. This evening's virtual pub quiz will be kicking off at 8 p.m. As always, how it's working, or how it's going to work, is up on the screen for you. Have a quick read if this is your first time here or you're not familiar. But for those of you who are, we're kicking off in around about 16 to 17 minutes time. Mark and Julie, very, very good evening to you. Hope you're all well. Right, that's all the behind the scenes stuff done, so now I can concentrate on the chat. So yeah, very good evening ladies and gentlemen. If you are tuning in, welcome to the Waltham Chase Virtual Pub Quiz. Week number 12. So obviously I've got a name for next week's quiz being number 13. No prizes for guessing what the name is. If you are just tuning in, first of all, very good evening to you. And second of all, do not forget that we will be kicking off at 8 PM with your picture round. This week's picture round is countries. So I'm going to give you some outlines of countries, and I need you to tell me what countries they are. They're a little bit trickier this week than the first time I did this round, because the first time I did the round I bunched most of them up in Europe, so I've made it a little bit more difficult this week. But obviously if you are tuning in, you're welcome to say hello in the chat. I can see all your messages. So first of all, very good evening. And if you do want to pop a little message, say hello. Say hello to the village, to the group. Why not? I can see everything you type. So yeah, we'll be kicking off this week's quiz in just over 10 minutes time. Yeah, so once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, first of all, very good evening to you on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday evening. Welcome to quiz number 12, a dozen times over. How the quiz is going to work, if it's your first time tuning in, there's 50 questions, 10 of them are on the screen, 40 of them I read to you live. We're kicking off this evening at 8 PM. Don't forget to mark your own answers, and don't forget, please don't cheat. Post a result in the YouTube chat when I ask for. And if you've got any feedback or ideas for the Waltham Chase Virtual Pub Quiz, send them to me, WCPUBQUIZ@outlook.com. Yeah, so if you're tuning in, very good evening to you. Roughly 10 minutes until we kick off this week's Virtual Pub Quiz. And one just quick reminder, if you are tuning in on YouTube, you should see just below the video a little thumbs up button and a little thumbs down button. If you can press the thumbs up button just to show your like and support, it would be most appreciated. There's no incentive behind it, it's just nice to see that everyone's liking it and enjoying themselves. So if you could do that, it'd be most appreciated. Yeah, this week's quiz kicking off in around about 8 minutes time. Right, let's catch up with the messages. Trouton's, very good evening to you, last week's winners. Isabel, very good evening to you and the family, and good evening from the Chesters. I hope you are all well. Very good evening to you all. Obviously, normal quiz format this evening for quiz number 12. 50 questions, 40 of them I read to you live, 10 are pictures. Good evening to the Fords as well, nice to have you aboard. We're going to start in about 7 minutes, in fact even less now, 6 minutes at 8 PM. You mark your own answers and please don't cheat. And then you post your results in the YouTube chat when I ask you to do so. Nice and easy. Every time I say it, it's counting down, so this week's pub quiz will kick off in around about 5 minutes time. But yeah, obviously hope everyone is well this week. Hope you're all staying safe throughout these strange times. Obviously tomorrow the outlook is greater, or what's the best way to put it? The outlook is greater, sorry, as non-essential retail starts to open. So people can go shopping tomorrow and they can shop with confidence, Boris Johnson says. So that'll be a nice thing. A lot of people have been able to get out and about, do different things, visit some places they have not visited since middle of March now, blimey. So yeah, no, that's obviously going to change the country for the difference. Start to get the economy rolling again, which is obviously a good thing. But it's nice to have people being able to go out and about. The next stage, hopefully July the 4th, but obviously we shall see. But yeah, obviously if you are tuning in, a very, very good evening to you. A very good luck in this evening's quiz. And we're going to be kicking that off in about 3 to 4 minutes time. This week's picture quiz is countries. So I'm going to give you 10 outlines of some countries, and I need you to tell me what they are. Now, I did do this in a previous week, but mostly used Europe. So this week I've changed it up a bit. There's some few weird and wonderful countries in there, but if you can get them, well done to you. And then we'll move on to our 40 questions. First 20 are general knowledge, and then I've got 4 specialist subjects for you. The Watson family, very good evening to you. Hope you are all well. And thank you for tuning in. I'll be here this week's quiz. 3 to 4 minutes time. And we'll kick off. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, once again, very good evening to you all. 2 minutes before we kick off this week's Waltham Chase Virtual Pub Quiz, and it is quiz number 12, a dozen times over. How it's going to work this week, we're back to the regular format, not the week 10 format, although we did do this format last week, but if it's your first time, let's make you aware. So there's 50 questions, 40 of them I'm going to read to you live, starting very shortly, and 10 of them are picture based. We're going to kick off at exactly 8 PM. You're going to mark your own answers and I ask you to please don't cheat, and then post the results in the YouTube chat. If you've got any feedback or ideas for the virtual pub, send them to me at WCPUBQUIZ@outlook.com. Email at the bottom of the screen. And Tuckers, very good evening to you. Hope you are all well. Sorry, just needed a splash of water there. So yes, if you are just tuning in, this week's 10 picture questions are countries. I'm going to give you 10 outlines of countries. You need to tell me what those countries are. And they are a bit more challenging this week than the ones I did the first time round. So a little bit more brain power required for these ones. They're a little bit more difficult. But yeah, just over 60 seconds until we kick off this week's Waltham Chase Virtual Pub Quiz. The Moore family, good evening. How are you? Hope you're all well. Oh, it seems to be one of those weeks where everyone's coming in late. Obviously, if you are tuning in, you're more than welcome to say hello in the little live chat. I can see all your messages. And Charlotte and Abby are with us. Very good evening to you. Hope you enjoyed the chocolates, by the way. Helen and Lee, very good evening to you. Hope you are well. Right, without further ado, let's kick off this week's pictures. So this week I'm going to give you 10 outlines of different countries. I need you to tell me which countries these are outlines of. Now, for those of you that have tuned in since the start, you'll know that I did do this in a previous week, but I made them really easy. Hello from the kitchen family, by the way, and hello back to you. So yeah, I did this, I believe it was in week 1 that we did the outlines of countries. So we're going to do it again. This time, little bit more challenging. So name the following countries from their outlines below. And by that, you can see them on the screen in front of you. You got 10 countries. And you got 10 minutes. I'll see you soon. Yeah, so if you are just tuning in, very good evening to you. The Tunnicliffs, very good evening to you. And the Morgans, very good evening to you. Yeah, Sue, I did make it a little bit more challenging this time, because the first time I did this round, it was easy-ish, because I just kind of split Europe up into a load of pictures. Whereas this week I found some different countries, some obscure ones actually. So if anyone does get 10 out of 10, well done to you. Blooming well done. But yeah, if you are just tuning in, I've given you 10 outlines of different countries. I just need you to tell me what countries they are. And you've got till 10 past 8, and then we'll start with this week's verbal questions. The good news is, for those of you that find this bit hard, the first 10 questions of the quiz, very easy this week. As we go through the quiz, it gets progressively more difficult until the final questions, the final 5, the top 5, the snowball as it were. Oh, they're quite difficult this week. They're quite difficult. Question number 36, some of you will know, some of you might not, some of you might just guess, but moving forward from there, it does get a bit more difficult. But yeah, obviously if you are tuning in, you're welcome to say hello in the YouTube chat. I can see all the comments. So first of all, very good evening to everyone that is tuning in. And second of all, very good evening to those who have already tuned in. Are these all correctly orientated, i.e. north is up? Yes, Julian. Very good question. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I was just double checking myself there. Yes, they are orientated correctly. They're just grabbed from a globe, as you were, and slapped onto your screen. So you've only got four so far. Well, that's 4 in 4 minutes. So you got another 5.5 minutes. So you should be at 10 by then. That should be easy. Easy for you if you've already got 4 of them. But yeah, this week's verbal questions will kick off in about 4 minutes' time. What countries are they? And I'm going to give you another 2 or so minutes on this. And then we're going to move on to the main portion of today's quiz, those all-important live questions. Obviously, if you are just tuning in, a very good evening to you. 10 questions on the screen, or 10 pictures, I should say, on the screen. They are outlines of different countries. I need you to tell me what countries they are. And obviously, if you are just tuning in, you're more than welcome to say hello in the YouTube chat. And also, if you are tuning in, just underneath the video, there should be a little thumbs up, thumbs down button. If you can press the thumbs up, just to show your appreciation, I'd be more than grateful. But yeah, this week's quiz kicking off in around about 90 seconds time now. Right then, I'm going to do this one nice and quick. If you are all ready to kick off this week's virtual pub quiz, all you need to do is pop ready in the chat. Let's get cracking with the questions. If you're ready, pop ready in the chat. Leave a quick thumbs up before you do so, please. And we will get cracking. I will leave the pictures on for you during the interval as well, so you'll have another chance. Let me quickly bring up this week's help sheet. There we go. Let's move on. Those were impossible. When you see the answers, they're not impossible. They're just improbable. Not impossible, just improbable. That's a South Park reference if anyone watches South Park. Anyway, right, everyone seems to be ready, so let's kick off quiz number 12, a dozen times over. The Waltham Chase Virtual Pub Quiz. Let's move to question number 1. And we're starting off nice and easy. The tallest building in the world is located in which city? So the tallest building in the world is located in which city? So question number 1, the tallest building in the world is located in which city? Question number 2. Which year was the original Toy Story film released in the United States? So which year was the original Toy Story movie released in the United States? Part of that question may be to trick you. Yeah, I want the year of release in the United States. No years either way, I need it bang on for the point. Question number 3. Name the current UK Chancellor of the Exchequer. Which year was the original already read that one. Name the current United Kingdom Chancellor of the Exchequer. Question number 3. Name the current UK Chancellor of the Exchequer. I was double checking my spelling there and almost read the wrong question. So, question number 3. Name the current United Kingdom Chancellor of the Exchequer. Sue Morgan says all done. What? All 10 pictures? Blimey. If you got them all, well done. Question number 4. Which film was the first to be recognised as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? So which film was the first to be recognised as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Question number 5. Name the longest river in the United Kingdom. Question number 5, nice and easy one. Name the longest river in the United Kingdom. In the UK, what is the longest river? Question number 6. What is the capital city of New Zealand? Questions are very quiet, not just sure if it's us. Okay, I'll put the microphone up a bit, sorry. There we go. Question number 6. What is the capital city of New Zealand? Jeremy, if you can tell me if that's any better, please. Just raise the microphone a little bit there. So, question number 6. What is the capital of New Zealand? Much better, thank you. Okay. Apologies, I did a test run and it sounding like I was deafening everyone at this level, but okay. Hopefully that's better for you. Question number 7. This is a 3-point question. 3-point question. Thank you very much, Julian. It's much better now. So yeah, 3-point question. You get 1 point for each correct answer. Which 3 nations will co-host the men's 2026 FIFA World Cup? So 1 point for each correct answer. Which 3 nations will co-host the men's 2026 FIFA World Cup? Yeah, point for each correct answer. I might be able to turn the microphone up a little bit more. Question number 8. I'm going to give you an iconic line from a song. I need you to complete the lyric. So I'm going to miss one word out deliberately. I need you to tell me which word that I've missed out. I'm not going to name who the song is by or what the song is. But the lyrics are, I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the blank? The lyrics, I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the blank? Please fill in the blank. What lyric have I missed out? No bonus points for the artist. No bonus points for the artist. Everyone should get that. Everyone should get that. I can just picture many people's households at the moment singing those lyrics to them over and over again, trying to get that word. Question number 9. In which year was the popular video game Fortnite first released? So in which year was the popular video game Fortnite first released? Question number 10. I know quite a lot of us would like to go down the pub and enjoy a nice cool IPA. But what does the acronym actually stand for? So we're all missing a cool IPA in the pub, but what does the acronym actually stand for? I'll put that one up on the help sheet just so everyone can see what I mean. Yeah, we're all missing a cool IPA in the pub, but what does the acronym actually stand for? Question number 11. How many hearts does an octopus have? So, how many hearts does an octopus have? Question number 11. Sue Bailey, any tips? Yeah, that's how pubs generally work. Oh, sorry for the question. Right, yep. Probably a man that's going to order it. That's the only tip I'll give you. Generally, an IPA is a male drink, although I do know some females drink IPA. Can be served bottled or on draft. I think I've seen it in a can, actually, which was criminal, in my opinion. IPA in a can. Ooh. Question number 12. Nice and easy one for you. Which country's flag features a red maple leaf? So which country's flag features a red maple leaf? I'm looking forward to the next round. The next round's got so many good questions. Anyway, let's finish this round first. Let's go on to question number 13, which is which former US First Lady wrote a memoir turned Netflix documentary called Becoming? So which US First Lady wrote a memoir turned Netflix documentary called Becoming? Let me pop that one up on the help screen for you. Question number 14, and I require this bang on, please. No 1 year either way, no 5 years either way. I need it bang on. In which year did Twitter launch? So, in which year did Twitter launch? And I need it bang on, please. Question number 15. All I advise is you listen to the question correctly. How many children does Queen Elizabeth have? So how many how many children does Queen Elizabeth have? Question 15. So how many children does Queen Elizabeth have? Sue, that's part of the question. How many children does Queen Elizabeth have? I've made that one a deliberate, difficult question. Anyway, question number 16. Who wrote Pride and Prejudice? Who wrote Pride and Prejudice? That's question number 16. Craig, which Elizabeth? It's in the question. I emphasised a part of that question very deliberately. Anyway, question number 16. Who wrote Pride and Prejudice? Question number 17. Which city hosted the Olympics in the year 2000? Nice and easy one. Which city hosted the Olympics in the year 2000? Question number 18. Which fruit is used to make the cocktail a porn star martini? So which fruit is used to make a porn star martini? Normally you'll find a big chunk of said fruit actually served in the glass. But which fruit is used to make a porn star martini? As I say, it's the one that you'll usually find a chunk served in the drink. And I am talking the classic recipe. I'm not talking any recipe a small bar would have added or changed, or it's the original recipe. Let's give you a nice and easy one. Question number 19. Which is longer, a mile or a kilometre? Nice and easy one. Question number 19. Which is longer, a mile or a kilometre? And question number 20, how far off the ground is a regulation NBA basketball hoop? So how far off the ground is a regulation National Basketball Association basketball hoop? That's question number 20. And that's 20 questions done. Believe it or not, we're already over halfway through. Technically. Would anybody like any questions number 1 to number 20 repeated? Speak now or forever hold your peace. If you would like any questions from number 1 to number 20 repeated, please pop them in the chat and let me know. Laura, it doesn't matter, it's just which is longer. Question number 19 is just simply which is the longest out of those two, a mile or a kilometre. Question number 16 is who wrote Pride and Prejudice? So who wrote Pride and Prejudice? Easy but difficult one, that one. That's a know it or you don't, that one. But yeah, if you'd like any more from 120 repeated, please do pop them in the YouTube chat. Oh, question 20. That's probably a... I'd like it in feet, please. Question number 20, I would like in feet, please. Although the amount is roughly translatable in metres, so I think we can figure it out. Number 15. How many children does Queen Elizabeth have? So how many children does Queen Elizabeth have? Any more questions from 1 to 20? Lovely, in which case I am going to put back up your picture questions. We are going to take a brief 7 to 8 minute interlude and I will be back with you at 20 to 9. See you soon. Apologies, Jeremy, I've just seen your message. I briefly ran inside to grab some water. With the pictures round, do the colours have any significance? No, they do not. The colours are not significant in any way, if that's any help. And obviously for the rest of you who are taking part in the pub quiz, it's going to be roughly 3 minutes and we'll go through the first set of answers. But yes, no, very good question from Jeremy there. Do the colours on the pictures make any significance? No, they do not. They're not necessarily linked or from a same continent. No, they're just different colours. Right then, around about 60 seconds until we go through the first round of answers. We are going to do something slightly differently. Normally I ask you to post when you're ready. This week I am going to ask you to type the word raffle. R-A-F-F-L-E. Because we're going to do a little box of chocolates giveaway. So if you're ready for the first round of answers, type in the word raffle, because that way I can enter you into this week's raffle for a little box of chockies. So yeah, normally you have to type ready. This week, if you can type in raffle please, because I've got an autonomous bot trying to find out who's typing that in. I will give you another 60 seconds if you do want to take part. Just type in the word raffle. Let's do a little bit of a giveaway, why not? It's only for a little box of chockies, but it's a little something. Everyone likes a bit of chockies. Obviously last week we gave away a box of chocolates. The week before we gave away loads of prizes for quiz number 10. And I can also confirm that everyone has now received their prize for quiz number 10. I had trouble finding one address. However, that has now also been sorted. So lovely. Right, another 10 seconds if you want to get involved. Another 10 seconds. Quickly type in the word raffle. Alright, let's put it like that so people can see. There we go. Right, that's everyone that's in. If you've missed out, sorry, but this is now the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Number 19, generate. Number 18, which is... Dum 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 dum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh god, that means I've got to go and see Mark and Julie. Oh, that's a curse, I swear. Yeah, well done, the Tizzards. Yeah, sarcastic round of applause from me. No, well done. Well done to the Tizzards. You won yourself a little box, Chockies. I'll put that round in the next day or two. I don't need to ask for an address or name because I unfortunately know who you are. Well, there we go. Well done. Congratulations to you. Anyway, let's move on to the first part of the answers for this week's virtual pub quiz. Just need to grab us some answers and pop them next to our questions. Of all the blimmin' people to win, seriously? Anyway. Right, so yeah, your answers for round one. Question number one, the tallest building in the world is located in which city? That is Dubai. The Burj Khalifa. Question number two, which year was the original Toy Story film released in the United States? That was 1995. Question number three, name the Chancellor of the Exchequer inside the United Kingdom currently. That's Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak. Question number four, which film was the first to be recognised as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? That was Iron Man. Question number five, the longest river in the UK is of course the River Severn. What is the capital city of New Zealand? It's Wellington. Yeah, it's Wellington. Question number seven, 1 point for each. Which three nations will co-host the men's 2026 FIFA World Cup? It's Canada, the United States of America and Mexico. So Canada, USA and Mexico, 1 point for each. Complete the famous line from my iconic song. I see a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the blank? The blank is, of course, Fandango, and the song was Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. Not that you get any points for the song or the artist. But yeah, I see a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the Fandango? In which year was the popular video game Fortnite released? 2017. If you got that one, well done. Question number 10, we're all missing a cool IPA in the pub, but what does the acronym actually stand for? It stands for an India Pale Ale, or an Indian Pale Ale, either I'll accept. But yeah, India Pale Ale. How many hearts does an octopus have? It has 3. Which country's flag features the red maple leaf? It's Canada. Which former US First Lady wrote the memoir turned Netflix documentary called Becoming? Michelle Obama. In which year did Twitter launch? 2006. Question number 15. How many children does Queen Elizabeth have? Now, I said this question in a very deliberate way. I was referring to our current Queen. So I said Queen Elizabeth. And I said have, as in how many are there? So, of course, 4. Charles, Andrew, Anne and Edward. Charles, Andrew, Anne and Edward. She has 4 children. Question number 16. Who wrote Pride and Prejudice? Jane Austen. The Olympics in the year 2000 was, of course, Sydney. The porn star martini. What fruit do you put in it? Passion fruit. which I think is ironically what... Yeah. Question number 19, which is longer. A mile or a kilometre? It's a mile. A mile is over 1,600 metres, and a kilometre is 1,000. Question number 20. How far off the ground is a regulation NBA basketball hoop? 10 feet. If you put it in metres, if you got the translation right, or bang on, then well done. It'll be 2.6-ish metres. Yeah, it's 10 feet off the ground. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you can post your results in the YouTube chat, let's see how everyone is getting on after 20 questions. Oh, let's have a look at some of the answers we got coming in so far. We've got a 13, we've got a 17, another 17, a 14, an 18, a 13, a 19, a 13, and 18. 17 from Sierra Juliet Lima Hotel Victor Delta, another 18, a 16, ooh, a 20. Blimey. 20 out of 22 technically. And a 16. Oh, it's all high scores this week. An 18. A 14. Oh, these are high scores this week. Let's put it this way. Round 2 will probably change that. So round number 2. Or I should say part 2. Constitutes different rounds. So round 1 is comedy. So let's kick off with round 1 of round 2, or part 2, which is comedy. Let's get the help sheet up on the screen. And let's go for question 21. The 6 main stars of Friends appeared in all 236 episodes. Who is the next most regular character to appear on the show? So the 6 main stars of Friends, the TV show, appeared in all 236 episodes. But who was the next most regular character to appear in the show? It's number 21. Yeah, number 21, the War Fan. Thank you. So the 6 main stars of Friends appeared in all 236 episodes. Who is the next most regular character to appear in the show? It's quite a tricky one. Question number 22. In which year did the original UK version of The Office air? So in which year did the original UK version of The Office go to air? So remember, this round is going to be more difficult than the last. And then we do get progressively harder. Question number 23. What was the legendary comedy actor Oliver Hardy's real first name at birth? So Oliver Hardy, the legendary comedy actor, what was his actual real first name? Question number 24. In The Big Bang Theory, what is Sheldon Cooper's one-word catchphrase? Question number 24. In The Big Bang Theory, what is Sheldon Cooper's one-word catchphrase? And the birds are off again. Number 25 I'm going to put up on screen for you. Question number 25. 1 point for each correct answer. Name the 5 ingredients demanded by one of Basil Fawlty's guests to make the infamous Waldorf salad. So name the 5 ingredients demanded by one of Basil Fawlty's guests to make the infamous Waldorf salad. 1 point for each correct answer. See, it's not just comedy, it's a bit of general knowledge in there as well. As much as I'd probably never eat a Waldorf salad, I must admit. Question number 26. I'm going to leave out one of the words on this, and you need to tell me what the blank is. So, complete the name of the classic British sitcom Steptoe and blank. What's the missing word? Complete the name of the classic British sitcom Steptoe and blank. What is the blank? Question number 27. Who played the Prime Minister, Jim Hacker, in Yes, Prime Minister? So who played the Prime Minister, Jim Hacker, in Yes, Prime Minister? It's question number 27. Question number 28. What was the name of Ronnie Barker's character in Open All Hours? So what was the name of Ronnie Barker's character in Open All Hours? Question number 29. Who plays the comedy character Alan Partridge? So question number 29. Who plays the comedy character Alan Partridge? And your final comedy question. Question number 30, half a point for each. Name the characters played by David Mitchell and Robert Webb in Peep Show. So in the TV show Peep Show, name the characters played by David Mitchell and Robert Webb. Half a point for each correct answer. And that is the comedy round over. So we're going to move to question number 31, and we're going to have a technology round. So it's 5 questions on technology. Question number 31. With over 222 million units sold, what is Apple's highest selling iPhone model? I just need the number. With over 222 million units sold, what is Apple's highest selling iPhone model? I just need the number. You don't need to tell me like GS or S or plus. I just need the number. Question number 32. In which year was the Microsoft XP operating system released? So in which year was the Microsoft XP operating system released? And a bonus point if you can tell me what its code name was. So 32, in which year was the Microsoft XP operating system released? And a bonus point if you can tell me what its code name was. Because Microsoft have code names for all their operating systems. For instance, Vista was called Longhorn. What was XP's for a bonus point? Excuse me for a second. So yeah, in which year was the Microsoft XP operating system released? Bonus point if you can tell me the code name. Question number 33 should be a nice and easy one at the moment with all the news. Elon Musk is the CEO of which global brand? So Elon Musk is the Chief Executive Officer of which global brand? And I've got another one coming up on screen for you next. And somebody in the chat is got art in their name, so I think they might get this next one. Question number 34. What does GIF stand for? So as in technology, as in computers, what does GIF stand for? GIF. What does it stand for? For those of you who are having to take a guess, I can tell you it is a 3-word acronym. It is 3 words. Not one of these where you have a word that's missing. It is a 3-word acronym. And for those of you that don't like technology, here we come. 35. Last technology question. In which year was the Nintendo 64 released in Europe? So in which year was the Nintendo 64 released in Europe? I will give you 1 year either way. So question number 35. In which year was the Nintendo 64 released in Europe? And it was actually my first ever games console, I believe. Because my brother had a Sega, a Nintendo and a PlayStation. Nintendo 64 was my first, so there you go, a bit of my personal nostalgia for you. Right, and now we move on to a round that this week I am calling the Famous Five, aka the Snowball. I am going to give you 5 questions, number 36 to number 40. If you get each of them correct, you get a bonus 2 points, giving yourself 7 points for these 5 questions. If you get one of them incorrect, you do not score anything for these 5 questions. I need them all 100% correct. Get one wrong, you forfeit the points. Get all 5 right, you get a bonus 2 points. I will clarify that at the end of the questions. But question number 36. Gordon Sumner is the real name of which famous British musician? So Gordon Sumner is the real name of what famous British musician? Question number 37. What is the capital of Barbados? Very simply, what is the capital of Barbados? Question number 38. The glossectomy is the removal of all or part of which body part? So a glossectomy is the removal of all or part of which body part? Don't worry, I will put these full screen in a moment as well so you can all see them. Question number 39. What was the first single to be released by the band Oasis? So what was the first single to be released by the band Oasis? And question number 40. Geoff Hurst famously scored a hat-trick in England's 4-2 win over West Germany in the 1966 World Cup final. Who scored the other goal? So, who scored the other goal in that match? Would anybody like any questions from 21 to 40 repeated, bearing in mind there are quite a few on the screen? Remember, the final 5 questions, you get 1 point for each correct answer. You get 7 points if you get all 5 correct answers, but you get no points if you get one of them wrong. But would anybody like any other questions repeated? And I am probably going to introduce a proper snowball next week, but I thought I'd integrate it this week. Thought we'd kind of combine the 2 demons together. Lovely. It seems like everyone is happy. So you have 6 minutes. I'm going to be back with you at 9:15, and we will go through the rest of the... Oh, no. Quickly got in there with question number 30. Question number 30. Question number 30 is name the characters played by David Mitchell and Robert Webb in The Peep Show. So in The Peep Show, name the characters played by David Mitchell and Robert Webb. It's half a point for each correct answer. First names will do, by the way, on that question. First names will do. But name the characters played by David Mitchell and Robert Webb. Yeah, lovely. You've got until 9:15 and I'll be back with the answers. Remember, for the snowball, between 36 and 40, 1 point for each correct answer, 7 points for all 5 correct. If you get one of them wrong, you forfeit the rest of the questions. In those 5 anyway. You don't forfeit the round, you just forfeit those 5 questions. Right, back with you short. Oh, hang on. 27 and 31, apologies. 27, who played the Prime Minister Jim Hacker in Yes, Prime Minister? So who played the Prime Minister Jim Hacker in Yes, Prime Minister? Number 31, with over 222 million units sold, what is Apple's highest selling iPhone model? I just need the number. I don't need the G or the GS or the S or the Plus or whatever. I just need the number. So with over 220 million units sold, what is Apple's highest selling iPhone model? Lovely. Back with you at 9:15. Yep, so I'll give you another 2 minutes to work through these questions. Don't forget the last 5, the snowball. So 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 1 point for each correct answer. A bonus 2 points, so 7 points in total if you get all 5 correct. If you get one of those 5 wrong, you don't get any points for those 5 questions. Oh, if you leave an answer out... No, that's absolutely fine. It's only if you get the answer wrong. Leaving an answer out, that is completely fine. So say you get 4 out of 5 correct. Perfect, but you leave the other one completely blank. No problem at all. You'll still get 4 points. You just won't obviously receive any bonus points. Although, to be fair, you're all marking yourself, so I never know who's entitled to bonus points. No, I always hope, and to be fair, I know everyone's marking it fairly. We're all taking this in good spirit. But yeah, you've got just under a minute now. And right, it's time for everyone to go frantic, if you don't mind, please, and pop in the YouTube chat that you are ready. So just put up the word ready in the YouTube chat and we can get cracking. I think it's about time for some answers. By the way, for the people who are watching on YouTube, obviously, first of all, thank you very much indeed for tuning in all these weeks. Underneath the video, you'll see a little I like this, I dislike this. If you don't mind just clicking on the thumbs up, it just means a lot to me. It doesn't get money or any of that rubbish. It just means that everyone enjoys it. So yeah, if you can drop me a little thumbs up, really means a lot. So thank you very much. Anyway, let's move that out of the way. Let's get some answers on the go. Everyone seems ready. Okie dokie. So let's kick off with some answers. Let me get all our answers in position. Lovely. Right. Here we go with part 2 of this week's quiz and the answers. Just get the chat back up on the screen. So question number 21, I asked you the 6 main stars of Friends appeared in all 236 episodes. Who is the most regular character to appear in the show? That was Gunther. So if you did watch Friends, Gunther was the gentleman who served in Central Park. He was the barista. So yeah, Gunther was the answer. And he appeared in 151 episodes. 151 episodes he was in. Question number 22, in which year did the original version of The Office air? The UK version. It was 2001. Yeah, believe it or not, 2001, 19 years ago, The Office came to the UK. Question number 23, what was the legendary comedy actor Oliver Hardy's real first name? Norval. Norvell. Norval was his first name at birth. Yeah, that was his real first name. Question number 24. In The Big Bang Theory, what is Sheldon Cooper's one-word catchphrase? That is Bazinga. B-A-Z-I-N-G-A. If you got the spelling slightly wrong, I don't really mind. But yeah, Bazinga. If you spelt it C-O-L-L, then I don't count that. No, Bazinga was the answer. Question number 25. I offered you 1 point for each correct answer, in which you need to name the 5 ingredients demanded by one of Sir Basil Fawlty's guests to make the Waldorf salad. And they are celery, apple, walnuts, grapes and mayonnaise. So celery, apple, walnuts, grapes and mayonnaise. 1 point for each correct answer. Question number 26, I gave you a nice and easy one. Steptoe and blank. Fill in the blank of the British sitcom. Of course, Steptoe and Son. Steptoe and Son. Son is the answer. Who played the Prime Minister Jim Hacker in Yes, Prime Minister? That was Paul Eddington. What was the name of Ronnie Barker's character in Open All Hours? That was Albert Arkwright. Usually just known as Arkwright. But yeah, Albert Arkwright. If you've just put Arkwright, I will accept that. A-R-K-W-R-I-G-H-T. I'll accept Arkwright. Who played the comedy character Alan Partridge? Of course, Mr. Steve Coogan. The legendary comedian he is. Question number 30. Name the characters played by David Mitchell and Robert Webb. As I say, first names are perfect. If you got both names, then well done to you. As in both names of each person. It's Mark Corrigan and Jeremy Usborne. So Mark Corrigan and Jeremy Usborne. If you got Mark and Jeremy, that's acceptable. Totally acceptable. Half a point for each correct answer. And now we move into the technology round. I asked you, with over 222 million units sold, the Apple iPhone model that sold the most is the iPhone 6. 6 or 6 Plus. But yeah, if you wrote down 6, fine. As I say, I only wanted the number. I didn't want the S or GS or whatever it was. Just the 6 is fine. So if you got 6, well done. In which year was the Microsoft XP operating system released? That was in 2001. And I asked you for a bonus point if you could name its code name. Its code name was Whistler. So if anyone got that, very well done. Whistler was the code name. W-H-I-S-T-L-E-R. Elon Musk is the CEO, of course, of Tesla. What does GIF stand for in computer terms? GIF. Graphics Interchange Format. Graphics Interchange Format. Question number 35. In which year was the Nintendo 64 released? I was generous on this one. And it was released in 1997. Now we come to the interesting part. The snowball. So remember, for these next 5 questions, it's 1 point for each correct answer. 2 points, additionally, if you get all 5 correct. If you left out an answer, that's fine. You don't lose any points. But if you put an answer and it's wrong, none of these 5 questions count. Question number 36. Gordon Sumner is the real name of Sting. Yeah, that's Sting's real name. Question number 37. What is the capital of Barbados? That's Bridgetown. Yeah, Bridgetown. is the capital of Barbados? Now, a glossectomy is the removal of all or part of which body part? It's the tongue. A glossectomy is the tongue. The first single to be released by Oasis. It happened as quick as the name suggests, it's supersonic. Supersonic. And Geoff Hurst famously scored a hat-trick in England's 4-2 win over West Germany in the 1966 World Cup final. Who scored the other goal? Martin Peters. So yeah, if you got those last 5 correct, give yourself a bonus 2 points. If you got any one of them wrong, no points. If you didn't put an answer, tick the ones you got right. Let's move on to some countries. So name the following countries from their outlines below. I promised they weren't easy. So number 1 was Finland. Number 2, of course, is China. Number 3 is Benin. Number 4 is Austria. Number 5, yes, Madagascar. Number 6 is Estonia, believe it or not. Number 7 was Chad. Number 8 was Peru. Number 9 was Laos. And number 10 was North Korea. I did promise they were a little bit difficult this week. So, yeah, there are your answers. I'll leave those up on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to tell me your final results for this week's Waltham Chase Virtual Pub Quiz. Post them in the YouTube chat for me. Let's see how everyone did this week. And yeah, the picture round wasn't easy, I'm sorry. What we can do is get that down. Let's get that up there so we can start reading some results. We got someone straight in with a 26. Oh, you did well in the first round as well. So, oh, you suffered during the second round. We got 37 in. Oh, blimey. 37 out of 56 or 54. The Tizzes are in with 40. They can have their box of chocolates for that. 37. Yeah, I do apologise. The second round was a lot harder. Another 37, another 37. A 39. Oh, you must be screaming yourself you didn't get one more. Watson's got 37. 38. Blimey, it is close this week. 34. I'm waiting for Sierra Juliet Lima Hotel Victor Delta to post. That'll be the surprise this week, I think. Yeah, obviously post your scores you got. If they're bad, don't worry. Let's just see what you got. I've got 37 again. 35. Oh, it's close this week. 30. 38. Oh, that's it. SGL HVD. Blimey. Oh, the Moore family with 40. Oh, we got 2 people up top now. We got 41 come in. Bruce Wayne. I believe, Bruce, you're new to the chat as well, so hello. But yeah, no, it's that time where I sign off and say thank you very much indeed for joining. Morgan's in for 24. Thank you very much indeed for joining me this evening. Next week is, unlucky for some, it's number 13. We're going to do a slightly different structure next week with an extra 5 questions, which will be the snowball. There we go. Sierra Lima, Juliet Victor Hotel Sierra Delta with 38. The pitches were hard. Yeah, the pitches were very hard. I didn't make them easy this week. Next week I'll do an easier pitch around and make some of the questions a bit harder. I'm trying to mix it up, just trying to keep us excited. But yeah, no, thank you very much indeed for everyone tuning in. Once again, if I can do a horrible little plug, as it were, at the bottom of the video, you'll see this little thumbs up button. Whoever's pressed the downlight button, thanks for joining us and pressing that button. Really? Don't join in if you don't like it, or if you didn't do well. I think we can guess that. But yeah, no, thank you very much indeed. It's always nice to have people here for the virtual pub quiz, and it's always nice to speak to you and test the brain. So what we're going to do next week is a slightly longer quiz, 5 extra questions just for a special snowball round for week number 13. Let's say goodbye to everyone in the kitchens. Take care. Morgans, Elliot, C. Buckler, Isabel Curtis, Sarah Kitching again. Mum, see you in a second. Laurie Tucker, the Moore family, the Gibbons, the Tizzards. Yes, I know I've got to bring you around some chocolates now. Bruce Wayne, the Superheroes Pitch Around. And the Fords. Everyone, take care. Don't forget to hit that like button before you leave, please, because some people find it funny to do this. And the Tarrants, very good evening to you as well. I will see you all next week from 7:30 when the virtual pub quiz opens. Take care and stay safe.